Aloha and good morning. My name is Irene Ilalio, and today I'll be presenting my senior capstone proposal on the power of storytelling in the visual age, how stories shape perception, connection, and responsibility. Again, my name is Irene Ilalio, and I'm a transfer student from Leeward Community College. I graduated from Castle High School and I'm studying creative media with a concentration in general creative media. My background is in graphic design, digital media, and visual storytelling. And my passion is in creating meaningful media that supports responsible representation and honors the impact of stories on lives and communities. Today, I'll be going over the objective and rationale of the research conducted, my thesis statement, senior capstone project plans, and the significance of the project supported by research. The objective and rationale for the research I conducted is to understand how visual storytelling shapes perception in the visual age, how media influences identity, belonging, and who is seen, why creators carry responsibility for the stories they amplify, and how established theories explain narrative influence and representation. This is my thesis statement that's guiding this project. Storytelling shapes how we understand ourselves and others. It influences perception, builds connection, and therefore carries a responsibility to represent people and experiences with intention, clarity, and care. Because stories shape how people are seen and treated, ethical storytelling is not optional, but powerful and therefore necessary. And now I'll show how my capstone will put this belief into action. My capstone focuses on helping emerging creators understand the influence they hold as storytellers. I plan to create a three-part short video series on ethical storytelling that explores core areas of how storytelling through visual media impacts people. The first part is perception, how stories shape what audiences see and believe. The second part, connection, how stories influence relationships and belonging. And the third, responsibility, why ethical choices matter in storytelling. Together, these ideas become accessible lessons grounded in real examples, so creators can immediately apply what they learn to how they tell stories. Next, I will share the real-world significance of this project. Stories influence perception, shaping how we see ourselves and how we see others. Media spreads faster than reflection, so ideas form before we can even process them. And when representation is not accurate, it directly affects people's sense of belonging and dignity. Emerging cre emerging creators often step into influence without ethical support, and misrepresentation does not just distort a story, but it impacts real communities and real people. Ethical storytelling protects dignity, better representation strengthens belonging, and when we teach responsibility early, we build a more caring future for the world we live in. And this data shows why this work is needed. Visual storytelling shapes how teens learn, connect, and form beliefs. According to the Pew Research Center, 90% use YouTube, 96% go online daily, and 95% have constant smartphone access. So visual media is already a primary influence in their everyday lives. So let's look at why guidance matters before harmful habits form. Teens grow up learning through visual media. Research has proven that media literacy improves critical thinking and reduces misinformation risk. Classroom programs have been proven successful, and early guidance supports identity development and well-being. When teens learn media responsibility early, their influence is healthier and their understanding is clearer. And that's the gap that this project fills. My primary audience is middle and high school educators because educators guide the teens who are shaping the stories of tomorrow. They support ethical visual storytelling in the classroom, guide students as they form lifelong media habits, and can strengthen responsible representation in those emerging creators. Teaching creators to use visual storytelling responsibly helps new storytellers to understand their influence. It builds responsible habits in the visual media creation. It encourages representation that honors real people, and it aligns creativity with care, accuracy, and respect. The real world impact of responsible storytelling is that stories shape how we treat one another, and good representation supports dignity and belonging. Ethical visuals can repair harm and build trust. Creators shape culture and the future we live in, and that's why teaching ethical storytelling early matters. So this is my production plan. In pre-production, I'll shape each video's focus and the visuals and identify storytellers or stories. And in production, I will film and gather B-roll and graphics. And post-production, I'll focus on video editing and building a companion website where these videos can live. So my main deliverable, the three-part video series, is three short documentary style films, and each film focuses on one key area. The first, perception, how visual media shapes beliefs, connection, real impact stories, and responsibility, ethical storytelling guidance. And together, the videos run about 10 minutes, short enough to share, but meaningful. And they can be watched as one series or separately. And this solution works because visual influence spreads fast and young people shape culture early. Ethical guidance is lacking, and this series gives teachers a practical tool to help youth understand their influence and start practicing responsible storytelling. My secondary deliverable is a website. Its purpose is to give guidance and examples for responsible media creation. It launches with 5 core pages that connect my research to practice. And the homepage will feature how stories shape how we see. Mainly, it'll have stories, shared stories from people. And the next page is meaning making, why stories heal and create change. Ethical foundations, which will have frameworks for responsible storytelling. And then like a masterclass page that has mentors and creative leaders that practice ethics and moral storytelling, and tools and application, which has practical guidance for media platforms. And the design will be clear and easy to navigate and built to grow as more stories and tools are added. Ultimately, stories shape what we see and who we become. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.